Tower. Good morning. Hope you guys doing well. So having a wonderful day on this 19 September 2005. Kill Queen bonus. Keep away. Normally, it's your boy, welcome to Jerry Show. We're doing well for that wonderful day. This. September 2025 is really early. I want to wake up to make some videos. So, we are on some videos. I'm exhausted, but gotta do what a man gotta do, right? Let's fucking go. Who's down for some nature corn? Don't blink, easy weighing, Coca-Cola Show. Okay, it's doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 19th September 2025. Brand new video, brand new morning. Okay, so doing well. We're starting the day with a tire talk. We're starting with some bad news. I'm exhausted. I just woke up like 10 minutes ago because I wanted to get to sunrise. I had files pending. So you guys remember what I said last week about the 11 hours videos of the shield that I couldn't get. There was two videos. One that was an hour 58 and one that was 11 hours. Bad news, I cannot get either. So with that being said, they deleted last night. They deleted when I was sleeping. They auto delete, I guess. So the truth is, we no longer can repair those files because they don't exist. I couldn't transfer them because my computer was too full. Trying to delete the video, but it was still 70 gigs of space required, so I just couldn't do it. So we lost them forever. Am I sad? Not. Yes and no. Yes, because it's a lot of work. No, because I thought I was gonna lose them, so the fact that I lost them, I'm like, okay, well, you kinda expected it, right? Now for the good news, I got some great news. We yesterday we reached tier 150 and tier 2, and we unlocked perks, which is great. Perk is possibly the biggest right now. Unlock perk takes a milli 48 and it's 2 days, but this will really help me out. I'm done because yesterday we didn't have a stream, we didn't have work that I could have just done tier 2, which give me a lot more. It's 20k and it's more than 20k. It was yesterday was how much? Wait a second. It was 141k and 170 wave. So Resistance is doing super well. I think today I'm going to be watching a show called Question Double, and I think today I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on tier 2. Tier 2 I want to get perks, which we just got. However, I would like to stream a little bit today, so what I'll do is I'll do tier 1, I'll get a maximum of Elite Cell, and because we'll get a maximum of Elite Cell, this will possibly take me a day and a half, except instead of 2 days. So yeah, anyway, I love you guys, take it easy. Oh, by the way, sorry, the card that we got Health Regen ×2. Right now we don't use Health Regen, we're using Energy Net because there's a mission for that, and long term a couple metal could be cool. that's pretty much it, to be honest. So um, it's not that there's some improvement. We did 170 yesterday, which is pretty cool. The goal is what? The goal is just to keep going. If I can do tier 2 the whole day, well, not the whole day, but at least for 4 or 5 hours today, we're gonna go far. Because we're always upgrading defense. So we're going further. Now, what does it equate for tier 1? Nothing. What does it equate for tier 3? A lot. I might be doing hours of tier 2 and then do a tier 3. This is just how far we can unlock things. And then we'll see what we unlock and we'll go from there. Don't blink, is you playing welcome commercial because the mobs are having a wonderful day on this 19th September 2025. As you can tell, we're pretty exhausted. We just woke up, so a little bit of a intro to the day. There's some good news also with the bad news. I had a video that was 11 hours and a half last week that broke. You guys remember the story? The video broke in the middle of it. Wow. This morning I woke up to it. Deleting itself. So it was pending. It got resolved. It got resolved as a file that couldn't work. Because it got resolved as a file that couldn't work, it got deleted. I was trying to repair it, but I couldn't. I didn't figure out how to do it. It was pretty bad. So that was that today. I really want to stream. Yesterday we were supposed to stream, but I didn't feel like it at the end. I was like, oh, you know what? You're starting work soon. Yes, we worked last night, so what's the point? You're gonna be playing for an hour. No, take your time, stream for a while. And then, no matter what happened is, we have some other bad news. I made a mistake. Resistance Reborn and Sword as 2 files that are 13 gigs. So I'm gonna have to make them smaller. I got a maximum of 12 gigs of 12 hours to upload. So yeah, that's a problem. It's not a big deal because the files are there, so it's easy to edit the file that is in perfect shape. That edit the file not in perfect shape. So today we do have a little bit of the computer batteries. We're going to be receiving our wires. I'm going to do today. I'm going to be watching a show, which is Opération Double. I have 2 hours to watch, and with the 2 hours that I have to watch, I'll be able to do I have 2 hours and a half. I'll be able to do a recap of the whole week, because I'm gonna be able to do a recap of the whole week. I'm gonna do this today, and we're gonna hope that the computer holds enough batteries. If the computer holds enough batteries, I'll be good. I'll be really good. I'm exhausted, guys. I'll be really good because at least I did something today, you know? Yesterday we did a lot of videos, which is great, but was it enough? I don't know. I have no clue. Is it ever enough? And the answer is, I don't know. But we'll see. So that's pretty much the day today. I want to stream. We still have some audio file in the background, which is great, which is DSP. It's a video. That's insane. So what I have to watch is a audio file of a channel that did Dumpster Fire. That was the name of the channel. They did a long ass video of DSP, year in review. and the channel got taken down because somebody flagged the the DSP thing at what was it? They flagged it as hateful content, right? From the king of hate. So because they flagged it that a content, they're gonna delete it. However, I'm not gonna call it DSP, and I'm gonna watch it after 4 or 5 hours of this. So nobody's gonna watch it. So pretty cool. And I'm gonna stream some Resident Evil Zero also. I'm excited for that. It looks scary. It looks really scary. So that's pretty much it. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, kiss you blink. Welcome to the show. Hope you guys doing well. You guys are having a wonderful day on this 19th September 2025. We just woke up about 20 minutes ago. 11 minutes ago. I'm recording the towers right now. Just want to come on here with some bad news. It's gonna be short, so that sucks. Last week we were filming the tower for this phone, the Shield. We had a problem. The problem was I had a 11 hours and a half video. 1 hour and a half, 11 hours and a half video of content. It got corrupted, and I went to save it, right? So I was making space on the computer, and you guys know that 2 days ago we broke the power cord to charge a computer. I ordered it. I'm receiving it today, but that did stop me from cleaning files, right? So what happened is I woke up this morning to the file no longer existing. So because the file no longer exists, I am not able to repair it. So we lost it forever. Was I hopeful I could fix it? Yes. However, I could have not been able to fix it. There's a high possibility that they would be like, you know what, this file is too long. It's not going to be fixed. So we lost the file forever. The phone just deleted it, and I didn't do a copy. Which is a bit of a shame, but at the same time, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Because it's a day out of the 250, out of the whole week, out of the whole year we worked last year. So it doesn't matter. Also, I'm going to be more careful. And also, it's a great news because I had so little space that I had to do space management, right? So there's some good that came out of it. Am I pissed? No. Am I disappointed? Yes. So sorry about that. Didn't know what to tell you. Don't blink, it's your boy Yink. Welcome to the show. Because we are having a wonderful day on this. Ooh. 19th September 2025. We just woke up, and it is a gorgeous morning this morning. You can see no sunrise. It is 6:48 a.m. and no sunrise. You guys want to come with me to make a in that video, I was like, you know what? Ooh, look at this. This one is waking up. Calmly but slowly. Slowly but calmly. I don't know what I should say. the video yesterday, and I was like, you know what? It felt bad because I didn't have the computer yesterday. So the power cord broke to charge it. Now, that's not a big deal. Of course, it's repairable. Of course, I'm gonna buy a new one. It's gonna take 2 days to come, right? So I'm like, okay, no problem. Because of that, I wasn't able to do the recap. I was like, okay, no problem, because we're able to do other stuff. We're able to come up with ideas of our own. We're able to do videos of our own, and this is the pros of the channel. I'm gonna show you a trick. And then, give me a sec. I'll be right back. I'm just faster if I have my two ends, I guess. And I was like, okay, well, let's make videos. And yesterday was a blessing because I was able to see, like, yeah, you know what? You might not be able to do some content. I'm gonna show you something really cool. So you see these are way too hot to hold. Well, that's not too bad. The secret was what? The secret is when they're too hot to hold, you do is you put it on the first toast and then you flip it. So then it's in the middle. So yeah, I love peanut butter. I don't dislike the crunchy, but I don't know if it's my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite. I don't know if I'm more of a creamy guy. I don't know if I'm more. That's the problem when you're not complex. That's the problem when you don't care about what you eat. You're not super picky. I love peanut butter. It's so fucking good. Yum. So, I was like, you know what? And at the same time, I was like, it's a shame because I had a good habit, right? When I visited, I was like, you know what? I think about a week we worked like madmen, and we built a really nice resistance to work. For example, usually I'll do an hour, then I need a break, right? Because we work so hard, we're able to maintain it and maintain it and maintain it. And what you're saying, an hour, you need to take a break. Well, it's not easy to always talk. It's not easy to always have something to talk about. It's not easy to film. Right now, I would rather sleep right now. But I got this, and I want to film. A wakey, lemon squeezy, you know? That is so good. I'm not a complex man. Steam bun, peanut butter or cheese, and we're good. I gotta say, I'm more cheese lately. I'm just more of a cheese guy lately. I don't know why. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. Is that normal? It's a question that goes back to sweet or salty. Maybe I'm a sweet guy. I'm gonna just drink wine. Look at this. I'm going back to sleep. Oh yeah, sweet sleep. So I was like, you know what? It's a shame that you're not able to make content because you build such a nice work ethic. But at the same time, maybe that's nature way of telling you, hey, use a break, you know? Okay, no problem. And then I did a day, almost a day of no content, which is not true because we still filmed, like, I think it's 14 or 15 videos. It's pretty good. We watched a whole series of The Other's Voyage where he bought a abandoned house and he fixed it. It's a project that took about 2 years of. If we do it once a month, you know, so that's still pretty good. See now the sun is rising nicely. The sun is rising nicely. Vitamin D. It's my body and soul. Like I'm a vampire. Like I'm a freaking vampire. So I don't do as much video that I do usually, and because it's less structured than I do usually, I start freaking out, right? So I'm midnight. It's one of my last video before I go to work, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, holy fuck, you know. And then I'm asking myself the question, what do I leave behind? What legacy do I leave behind? What? This is so sweet because right now we're kind of changing our mind. We're kind of changing the way we perceive things, right? And I'm a guy that's emotional. I allow emotion to be part of my life, and because I allow emotion to be part of my life, I had an emotion last night, and the emotion just happened, right? And that's not a bad thing. It's not a great thing because you cannot be controlled by emotion. Sometimes you have to be cool, calm, and collected, right? But I was like, what legacy am I like leaving behind, right? And I was worried because we've been doing this for a while, and I'm like, what have you actually accomplished? And the answer is not a lot. What have you actually leave behind? The answer is not a lot. Did I work hard? Yes. Is it meaningful? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You can build a whole half bridge. You can build a whole half bridge. If it starts nowhere and it leads nowhere, what's the point, right? You can build a whole half bridge. If it's leading you to the same place that you started, and just go around, what's the point, right? And I started freaking out about legacy. I felt guilt because I was like, you know what? I could have been way more social. Right? I could have been way more social. But was I saying that because I was lonely yesterday? Possibly. That made it disingenuous, right? And because it was disingenuous, it wasn't a good feeling. You're doing something that is not correct. You're wanting to be social because you're bored, not because you want to be social. If I was working, would I be social? No. When I'm not working, okay, I want to be social. No. Definitely, this is very normal, right? Because your brain analyzes it and it predetermines what is a priority or not. Work feeds me. Being fed is survival, and survival is the most important thing in my life right now. I need to survive for X, Y, and Z. What is X, Y, and Z? I don't know. But it's survival. Anybody knows it. So your body will put work before friendship because it'll be like, yo, we need to survive in this shit. We need to eat brain. and because we need to eat brain, which is kind of cool because it sounds like I'm saying, oh, we need to eat literal brain, which is not the case, but kind of funny. We'll switch Health Regen for now. For now. And when we'll come back into Tier 1, we'll do back Hydrogenet. I got so much time anyway. So it's kind of normal, right? And maybe I'm seeing, and this is weird because if I'm seeing content creation as survival, it's really weird. It's really, really weird because when you think about it, it makes so much sense. So your brain sees work as survival, right? So you got content creation, which I'm not making a penny yet of content creation. But your brain is like, hey, guess what? It's all good. It's all good. You're not making a penny yet, but it's still work. And because it's still work, my brain's still associated with survival. So the idea of work versus the reality of work, of going in, having a paycheck, sacrificing your time, is still very much present. And this is beautiful because the idea behind it is still survival. It's still survival. It's still something that you're supposed to do. Still something that you're supposed to do. And that's insane. That's insane. Because it just doesn't make sense. But your brain doesn't understand. And again, when you understand that, it's crazy. In French, we call it le gros bon sens. Le gros bon sens is what? It's common sense, right? Your brain will react to facts, to knowledge, but it won't react to common sense. It won't be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. It means like, okay, well, if I calculate it, blah, 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 it'll give me this, which is the brain non-emotional way of reacting. Now, if there's emotion coming from the brain, absolutely. It's reaction in your brain, right? It's reaction. It's not preconceived notion, right? I know what is happiness, ergo, when I'm happy, I know what's happiness, right? Not true. I know what's happiness, ergo, I know that something's gonna make me happy. I don't know how happy I'm gonna be. Because I don't know how happy I'm gonna be, I'm not gonna be able to judge or misjudge the level of happiness I'm gonna react to. Something, for example, right? Your ex-girlfriend got married. You're like, holy shit, that's good for her. She deserves a good man, And then you realize that, well, she got married and you're still single. She was a good woman. You just fucked it up, You understand? Your emotion would be too. Your emotion would be sadness that she left. Your emotion would be happiness that she's happy. Your brain will decide, okay, well, how happy you feel versus how much sadness you feel. Which to me is nice. So my brain is acknowledging content creation as work, right? And because it's acknowledging content creation as work, it's putting it in the category of work. Because putting it in the category of work, then I can work. And even if there's no reward at the end, it's still work. And because I'm doing that, I feel less guilty about the situation, right? How broke I am, what we're going through on a daily basis, blah, 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 right? And yesterday I was like, okay, well, what am I leaving behind? I have no legacy, right? And I have a small community, right, which is really close to me and really nice. However, I treat you like shit. I don't reach out to people. I don't do a live every single day. I'm gonna do one tonight. Tonight is what? Tonight is Friday. Yeah, we're gonna do one. I'm gonna go to my father's house, but now we have so much more storage, so we're good. Oh my god, I sound like an asshole. We have so much more storage, so we're good. When I see my father, when I saw him yesterday, I like seeing my father, but he has Wi-Fi and it's a good opportunity to upload 2 videos. And right now with this Wi-Fi that we have, we're much faster than what he has. So I'm like, well, if you don't have a full phone, it'll that much faster. Now, truthfully speaking, 2 Wi-Fi will always upload faster than 1. So there's still some value there, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So all that to say, I'm exhausted. Yesterday I was feeling nervous because the what I guess do I give, what socializing that I do, it stems and it resumes itself to what gives. What was the purpose of the last 40 years of my life? Right? And this is a very bad emotion because the last time we asked ourselves the question, I was in depression. The question, what is the purpose of all of this? I asked myself. I've asked myself a lot of time, what's the purpose of this, right? I was depressed. I was like, okay, well, I feel like I feel like giving up making content because we're going in around the circle. There's little to no reward. And I'm like, what's the point, right? And I felt pointless, but my whole life went pointless, not making content. My whole life felt pointless. And because the whole life felt pointless, then the thing that I did the most felt pointless. It's like I feel a lot of anger. And I had this person that is supposed to make me happy. But I feel more anger than I feel happiness. Well, the anger comes from within. You're angry because of XYZ. Not angry because the person is not nice to you, but you treat the person like shit, right? Hurt people hurts people, you know? And it just sucks. And so, last night I thought about it, the pointlessness, and I even felt like the growth that I did on camera was the maximum growth. And this is kind of crazy because do I think that I can grow more on camera? Yes. As a person, I can get more mature. I can grow as a person in the camera. The reality is, did I grow lately? Not really. As a person, I didn't grow lately, which is not a good thing because it's supposed to be a constant battle with life, you know? But at the same time, and it's so stupid because we started 2 days ago. Right now we're doing a show called The Good Place. And The Good Place is one of the smartest shows that I watch. It made me ask myself a lot of questions. It made me wonder about a lot of things. It made me think about people a lot, you know? And that's a good thing. Today is the 19th. I have a week to watch it. And you always wait last seconds. You're stupid. So yeah. People screaming at 7 o'clock in the morning. Could be worse. My situation could be worse. So with that, I'm going to be able to grow. And with that being able to grow, I'm going to be a better person, hopefully. You know? So there's a point to that. But I said The Good Place. And The Good Place is a short show, so how much growth can I get? And if I need external influences to grow, then is the growth irreversible? You take a guy, right? You're gonna take a person. You're gonna take a man because I'm a man. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm a man. And you're gonna send him on a spiritual journey. You say, here's the food that you have. I'm gonna tell you right now, you have to leave for 30 days. There's enough food for 20 days. So you're gonna be hungry sometimes. But there's enough food for you to survive, and if you're smart, you can survive. And we'll give you water as much as you need, right? You have to reach from there to there. It's a long way. You have to walk 10, 12 hours per day, and you're hungry, right? Your brain is gonna change the chemistry. Your spirituality is gonna become more, because you're gonna start asking questions like to God. Why am I doing God? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Do I ask God, why do I make content? No. Should I? Possibly. Because there has to be a reason why you're doing things. But then, this whole concept is flawed. There doesn't have to be a reason to do things. You can be doing things because you need to be doing them. As simple as that. You're looking for an excuse to do things, but the excuse is supposed to be coming from within. what the fuck happened to I'm doing this because I want to? When is the last time that we felt like we're doing something because we want to? Right? But if something was easy, if everybody will do it. And it's not easy. And again, this might be the biggest challenge of my life. And if it's the biggest challenge of my life, that's a good thing. Because I've been through a lot. But nothing feels as hard as this. So I'm like, okay, well, guess what? It's not perfect, but it's not bad. You know? But then, this morning I came in and I was like, okay, well, you're such an asshole. You're basically saying with the video yesterday. And sometimes, you know, is the fact that you think about something, but you won't say it out loud. Right? I have some opinion that I think I shouldn't say. Because there's repercussion, right? But then you realize the person that you're not saying it to is yourself. You're not willing to look at yourself and say it out loud because you're ashamed or you're sad about this, right? For example, oh, well, I want to be a basketball player my whole life, but I'm 5'4", 5 feet 4 inches. So chances are I'm not gonna be the basketball player, right? So saying that out loud is sad because this meant a lot to you. Saying that out loud is coming to a realization. I'm manifesting what I'm saying, manifesting my thoughts. I'm manifesting the fact that I feel that way towards a point X, Y, and Z. Right? So yesterday, by saying this, for how long did I think it? For how long did I say it? What's the point? What's gives? For how long I've been wondering what I get to do behind? For how long did I ask myself, why am I not more social? The answer is, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Is it a big deal? No, it's not a big deal. But it is something that you have to ask yourself, right? Because if this ID came a while ago, then this is not good. Why? As a content creator, what do I have to offer? And sadly, as a content creator, this is the thing that represents me the most. So this is also as a human being. What is the one thing that I have that people don't? Well, I have a lot of energy, I have a lot of work ethic, and I'm gonna go face down, and I'm gonna go like a bull. I'm gonna go like a bull, and I'm gonna hit a couple of walls, but I'm still gonna go, you know? I don't hesitate. Something needs to be done, I do it, right? But then, by asking yourself the question, subconsciously or consciously, asking yourself the question, what gives, then you're not going all in. You're a step in and a step out. That's where you make mistakes. Imagine a relationship where you're one step in and one step out. Is it fair for the other person? No. Are you in a relationship with yourself? You are in a relationship for yourself. I'm in a relationship with myself, acknowledging that I'm doing good, or am I in a relationship with myself, acknowledging that it's not going well? I'm gonna go to couple counseling with myself, you know? And then you have those two realities, which is Ink and Steph. And those realities are the same person, but different. Different enough to have a different name. Right? And this is also insane. So this is the morning talk. These are crazy. These are crazy. What does the name mean? Nothing. I could be called Gabrielle. I could be called Michael. I could be called Tony. I could be called Esmeralda. I would still be the guy in front of you, right? I would have gotten bullied a lot more, but I'd still be the guy in front of you, right? But then there's two people, Steph and Ing Vendetta. Names means nothing. However, they're different enough to have two different names, right? We were talking about bull before, a cow and a bull. Difference, what it is a penis and some horn. Oh yeah, and the cow gives milk. Oh yeah, and the cow's meat is tastier. So the more you dig, the more you find differences, right? So Steph and Vendetta, even though they're the same person, in description they're different. Because in description they have a different name, right? But then we've been putting forward in Vendetta more. But if I'm putting the side that I'm the least certain about, there's this show called Ultimatum, where it's Tuka. There's this show called Ultimatum, which what they're doing basically is this relationship. In the relationship, there's a person that wants to marry, and there's a person that doesn't want to marry, right? And they're putting themselves in a swingers club. And because they're in a swingers club, they're like, okay, well, I'm not ready to marry you, I'm ready to marry you, blah, blah, blah. Ink is ready to marry. Ink is ready to work, to do whatever it takes. Steph is a pretty chill dude. Steph is pretty relaxed. Steph wouldn't work as much as Ink does one day. He would do this in a week. Because again, laid back, right? So there's a relationship of a discourse. The thing with discourse is two things. Where does it stop? And where does it start? I know it's supposed to be start and stop, but I do stop and start. Why? Because this is where Ink stops and Steph starts. Ink stops and Steph starts. This is where Steph stops and Ink starts. You understand? So then you ask a question, right? The original title of this video was, it's okay not to do anything. There's possibly more growth. Wow. Just realized something. There's possibly more growth and taking breaks. There's possibly more growth and saying, you know what, do what you need to do, and if you don't need to do it, don't do it. There's possibly more growth and saying, I don't feel like working today, so let's not work. There's possibly a lot more growth and saying, you know what, if I don't find it meaningful, I shouldn't do it. I have a choice between doing something I want, something that's meaningful, but I have to do something that I meaningful. Right now we're doing what I want. And then it's an addiction. You start filming everything, right? You start filming everything. The first thing we talk about this today is how we lost a file from 2 weeks ago that I couldn't fix. That was 11 hours long. But we've been trying to fix it for 2 weeks and it hasn't fixed itself. So why am I still sad about that? You know? And the answer is I don't know. It's nuts. It's crazy. It's insane. Because you're addicted. The right thing to do is continuing the addiction because you're doing something that's positive, it's constructive. And the wrong thing to do is to continue the addiction because this is unhealthy. Last year when I did my depression, when I did my burnout, if I was told it was going to be the end, it was going to be a burnout, and but I still done it, and the answer is absolutely. I would have done the same thing in the same way, in the same order. I would have suffered the same way. I would have the person that I lost. I would have sacrificed what I sacrificed. I would have the same person. To a degree, close. Is that a good thing? In all of this, spiritually speaking, it's fate. Am I supposed to be suffering that much? Am I supposed to be asking myself the question that I'm asking? Am I supposed to be reacting the way I'm reacting? Am I supposed to go through the emotion that I'm going through? Right? And if I am, and if it's part of it, it's normal. If it's not fate. Then you're pushing up fate. See, fate and destiny is things that are supposed to happen no matter what. You know, I'm going to go with the example of a lady. If you want to date a person, but they don't want to date you, and you insist and you insist and you insist, it's not going to work more for you. But you insist, right? And you fight for it. Why do you fight for something that you shouldn't fight for? I don't know. We just do. Oh, we just do. Regardless of the consequences, regardless of the sacrifices, regardless of the hurt, regardless of the sadness after, the anger after. You know? I was saying, I did a video 2 days ago thinking about changes and how I felt like change was positive because I was making effort at work, which was possibly to get me a promotion or more hours at the very least. I was talking about how we're seeing 2 governmental rep, right, that are that are helping us. And it's amazing. It really is amazing. And I feel like I've changed more in the last 3 weeks. Or I've improved my life a little less. Oh. 145, baby. I had no other option. It's too late for that. It's a heart attack. There you go. As quick as it came, it left. And we rejoice afterwards. I feel like I'm doing more progress in a personal way in life. I did more personal progress in the last shows that I did in the last 4 months. But it's stupid because in the last 3 weeks we worked how much? Okay, so let's say we worked 18 hours. We did 2 weeks after that, actually. 18 hours. So 18 hours times 2, 26. I missed 1 shift because it got canceled because the guy didn't show up. The guy who was supposed to mentor us didn't show up. So then you take 36 minus 6, which is 30, which is 5 shifts of 6 hours, right? Did you see the appointments? We did 3 appointments, which is 3 hours over the last 3 weeks, and we did another one with the other person, which is 1 hour, which is 4 hours. And you put them together, right? And you get 34 hours of work in the last 3 weeks. I do that in a week. How much work, how much videos, how much time did I go live, how much editing that we did, how much work that we did, how much posting that we did in the last 3 weeks. There's way more than 3 hours. But at the same time, was it pointless? Was it meaningless? And the answer is I don't know. I don't know. And then at the same time, is it normal to feel something is meaningless? Right? I had a really good news lately. I went to my father's house, so I got my appointment, and my stepmom is not there, so my father feels alone. So my father's like, "Hey, you want to come over?" I'm like, "Sure." And I wanted to show him because I was happy that we had the appointment, right? And I was showing him the paper that she gave me. For example, so the paper is super simple. 5 categories of work, and we're trying to figure out which one corresponds to me the most. And because it corresponds to me the most, this should be what I'm interested in pursuing. And my father was talking about this, and he was asking a question. And the question, I don't remember what the question, but I answered. So you have to answer a number from 1 to 5. 5 is very interested. 1 is not interested at all, right? So you have to do the 5. 1 is not great. 1 is 0. 2 is not great. 3 is normal. 4 is interested, and 5 very interested. So then, my father, I was talking to him, and he was like, "I'm surprised that you didn't answer a better score than that." And I'm like, "Why?" And what he said, you do some content creation, and he literally did some air quotes. So I'm like, okay, so you recognize content creation as a job, which is amazing. But the air quotes, oh my god, this is insane. And at the same time, I was in a good mood. I didn't react. Listen, a victory, no matter how small it is a victory. And I'm like, you recognize content creation as a job. The air quotes are me doing that job and you not believing in it. And I should have been pissed, but it was a victory, you know? So yeah. I feel like also the fact that people that surround me don't really believe in it. It's a mirror, right? The people that are part of your life are in your life for a reason. You want them to be there. So you don't believe in something that you believe in. That means that, okay, well, if they don't believe in it, why am I believing it? There's in the last years of making content, there's time where I can safely say, and this I don't mean it negatively, I'm not beating myself up, I'm just being honest. There's actual time where I was in complete denial of this will work, no matter what, this will work. Complete denial. People were next to me trying to help me. I was like, oh, you don't understand, fuck you. And they were right. I was affected by people not believing in me. I was forcing them emotionally to... oh my God. I was forcing them emotionally to believe in me. You don't believe in me, there's gonna be consequences. I'm gonna be pissed at you, I'm gonna be mad at you, right? No matter why, no matter how. You don't believe in me, fuck you. So I'm legit forcing them to be on my side. And that's not nice, that's not normal. The reason as to why is, if they don't believe in me, I cannot believe in myself. So I need them to believe in me so I can believe in myself. Now, with Insight is 2020, Insight is cheating. Oh, if I knew the Mets was gonna win, I was gonna bet and I'm gonna make millions. But I didn't know, so I didn't bet, and I didn't make millions. If I knew Bitcoin was gonna be something, I would buy Bitcoin. But I didn't, so we didn't buy Bitcoin, which is stupid. So all of this is I didn't realize that there was two possible discourse. People that don't believe in me could be like, hey, they need to be convinced, and that's okay. I shouldn't ask for blind love. I shouldn't ask for blind acceptance. I shouldn't ask for blind whatever. Should just take it the way it is, and if I take it the way it is, then we're moving forward. If I don't accept it the way it is, then we're moving backward. I don't know where I'm going, but I know if I'm going backward and forward. You know? I could have heard people say, hey, you should have a plan B, and I get offended. I was wrong for that. And now I'm believing it less and less and less. I think yesterday was a fear. I think I had a fear response to, I don't know if I believe it in it anymore. And because I don't know if I believe it anymore, then I had to find a justification to do what I'm doing. Before you ask me, why are you making content? Well, I'm building a future. I'm building a dream, right? And now if you're asking me, I'm like, oh, I don't know. It feels natural to me. A junkie feels normal to take drugs. A alcoholic feels normal to drink every single day. I'm just thinking of it. It's an addiction, right? I need a reason to do things. So the reason behind it, because I stopped believing it yesterday, because I didn't work. See, I can go balls deep in a lady called work, and I don't care. I'm gonna wear a condom. But then, when I'm not doing it, I'm freaking out. I'm like, what if I cut something? What if she's pregnant, right? Sorry. And because we didn't do anything, I was like, I need a reason for doing this. And believing in it just didn't cut it anymore. I'm not the same that I was last year. I need a new reason. Legacy. What did I leave behind in the last 4 years? Nothing. Community. I have a community. I have friends on social media. Am I a good friend to them? I don't know. I don't know. I could be a better friend though. So I felt a need to justify myself. I felt a need to find a reason as to why we're doing the things that we're doing. But if something feels right, you don't need to justify yourself. If something feels like it's natural, you shouldn't justify yourself. And then, even then, we have the biggest problem. And the biggest problem isn't even that. The biggest problem is I did use a lot of content creation as an excuse. As an excuse to not go to work, as an excuse to eat whatever I wanted to do, as an excuse to spend nights playing video games instead of waking up like a normal person at a certain hour. Right now, I'm going back to sleep. I'm not supposed to go back to sleep. I'm supposed to say, you know what? You're tired. I'm supposed to say, you know what? You're tired. Fuck you. Don't be tired. Just work. I'm going back to sleep. It's a lot of question this morning, but hey, the question is also super important because in life there's two things to do: ask question, get answer. We're asking question already, and the cool thing is I'm not gonna ask myself this question twice in a row. So, how many questions did I ask this morning? A lot. How many answer will I find? A third of it, a half of it, but even that's good. So, insecurities, yeah? Insecurities. And then, at the same time, I don't want to push myself into work or into the governmental worker right away. I don't want to push myself in a situation where, oh my god, I'm improving so much, so this is the only thing that I have to do because I'm improving that much. Because this is relying on something to feel, to satisfy your need to cope with reality. I need to feel like I'm moving forward, so I grip whatever I can. There's this girl, I've been talking about her for since I started making content. One of my best friends. She doesn't love herself. And because she doesn't love herself, she dates assholes. Because she's not able to oh. Okay, good, we're recording. She's not able to love herself, so she's dating people that she shouldn't date because she feels love. Because she feels love, then the fact that she doesn't love herself is justified. So by doing what I'm doing right now, which is latching on to work and people, I'm feeling this need to cope, right? I'm just like her, but instead of love, I need a feeling of accomplishment. And that's hard to do. But the need for accomplishment is normal, because for the last year and a half, my boss has been myself. And I'm hard on myself. I don't tell myself, good job. I don't tell myself, you did okay. I don't know. So we have this desire to feel accomplished, to feel like we're doing something, and this feeling leads to us questioning what we're doing. You could say, hey, I ate this whole pizza alone. And there's a time where people are like, oh my god, you're so cool. Can't believe you did it. And sometimes like, okay, so what? Don't care. You did the same thing, but you didn't get the same reaction. What is like taking a positive result every single time? When I make a video, I'm not supposed to expect a positive result every single time. I heard the fact, I don't know why my videos are not going viral. Do you know how many videos are made per day? Do you know how many of them go viral? Not a lot. Not a lot. It's completely normal. But then, wanting to be successful, wanting to accomplish something, is also a normal feeling. And then I think that success is very similar to love. Maybe I just need to understand how little success, or how much success do I need to be happy, to feel satisfied, or to feel like I'm accomplishing X, Y, Z. If I feel successful a little bit, then enough. If I feel like this day was not wasted, is that enough? The answer is possibly yes, the answer is probably no. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But success is such a hard thing because success, there's professional success, there's personal success. I have kids and a wife, I'm happy. Was the important part. Yeah? This guy, Charlie Kirk, was one of the most successful debater. Because he wasn't one of the most successful debater, he got shut down. That's truly success? No. I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Take care. I'm sorry if I'm negative. I'm just feeling emotion and sharing them. Don't blink if you're blinking.
We're gonna come to the show because we were having a wonderful day all day. It's September 25.
Sun is risen. We woke up. We made some videos. Beautiful nature park. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to sleep, and we'll wake up in about 2 hours. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Back to sleep, guys. Okay. You know what? Fuck you. Let's play a little more.
Relationships, didn't they even say some ridiculously low amount will get married or something like that? Like, that's crazy. So instead of having real life relationships that are meaningful with people, fucking watch One Piece and everyone of their fucking private parts hanging out, right? Why does it Frankie have a giant robot dick too, like popping out, right? I mean, might as well. You might as well. Luffy, right? Luffy is a giant stretchy snake from out his shorts. You know? There's no getting. I really don't. If you get married to someone, that is a concrete, distinct commitment. You're happily, as a mature adult, with full knowledge of what you're getting into, you're signing a legal document that says, I want to be with this person and this person exclusively for the rest of my life. Now, I'm missing out of it later on, but that's not supposed to be what you're thinking. You're thinking, this is it. This is a lifetime commitment. If you're in that lifetime commitment with someone, you're supposed to be in a situation where that's all you want. You understand that? That's all you want. You shouldn't be, oh, so I have my marriage. Oh, by the way, I also like to lust over other women or other men. Oh, I also want to have other things on the side. Oh, by the way, I can have waifus and I can watch anime that's perverted. Oh, by the way, I can use, wait. Then why did you get married? The whole point of the marriage is to say, I'm past that point. I'm no longer a player of the field. I want to be only with this one person forever. That is my romance.
Okay.
That's what the step means. It's that you're committed to that situation for the rest of your life. If you're not ready for that, or if you're not sure that's what you want to do, then just don't get married. But we're finding in modern society that so many people are just told, you have to get married, you have to get married, you have to get married, you have to get married. Okay, fine, I'll fucking get married. So they're with someone, they're having, they're lined up, let's get married. And then what happens? Within a couple years, oh shit, I made a horrible mistake. So now, you're playing video games, lusting over the fucking girls at the games and shit, watching anime and watching movies, lusting over celebrities. And polyamorous relationships, sleep around, start cheating on each other. No, that's not what marriage is supposed to be, in my opinion. You can completely and utterly disagree, and that's okay, because that's your ability. That's the cool thing about humans. We all have the ability to have different things. But that's my take on it. Well, now someone the dollar says, oh no, that's not facetious. Earlier, I'm asexual. And that kind of stuff bothers me. So of course, what that means is now my trolls must be saying I'm asexual. There you go. Oh, here we go. Phil is married, but not really because he's asexual, and he won't have kids because he's asexual. This is going to be the next meme. Here we go. Asexual Phil. ASP, asexual Phil. Here we go. Let's just start it now. Let's get the meme going now. Asexual Phil. Perfect. Sounds good. Sounds really good. Let's keep that going. Asexual Phil. You know, every other YouTuber who's been around as long as me has had a sex scandal but me. It's because I'm asexual Phil. That's why, of course. There you go. ASP.
DSP and Rage quit one of his favorite games in Street Fighter 2. Even though it was the 30th anniversary, it was one of his throwbacks of his glory years, and the last thing that was holding his sanity together, which we will see unravel in the upcoming months.
Honda. Dr. Honda. Remember Dr. Honda in a million years? Yes. Oh, I quit. Cody Jakes will come in and ruin it. Seriously. I guarantee that's what's happening. Cody Jakes is on his way in. He's running in right now. Nothing I can do. There's literally no skill to it. There's nothing you can do in the game. There's no way to play through drafts like that. Unless you have a character with perfect reversal, you can't get out of it and bar is no reversal. So literally, you jump kick throw. Can't do anything. There's no button I can press to avoid it. It's just a free throw for him. It's fucking broken as shit. And Goji Jack's fair ruin it. Literally, if you just track a war, you can do some dog shit. I don't think you could. I don't think so. At least that he knows he can't play anyone. He just here to ruin everyone's life. Like, like, locked in out play. Crashing every piece of scumbag. What a scumbag. Everyone you saw that left you, and so as soon as saw Goji Jack's like, well, here's this fucking piece of shit human who just ruins everything for everyone. Might as well leave the lobby. You knew it too. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows that guy's fucking devil man. Oh, wow, what a scumbag. Alright, well, let's see you tomorrow. Great, see, just use your release everyone's time to ruin everyone's night. He really is a bad person. Bad person. Why does you have fun tonight, fans? Why is he good? Because he's a bad person. There's no other explanation. If you know when you play a game, you crash it for everyone, and no one can play, and everyone has to quit the lobby, you ruin everyone's night, why would you do it? Because you're a scumbag. You have no purpose in life but to ruin other people's time, right? Pretty messed up. Again, this is why I stopped playing this collection. What's the point? When people are always going to do this constantly, make it untenable, unfun. Why even bother understanding it? Oh my god. Ooh, that was close. That was close. I love you, Logan, and you fucking completely wrong move. Great collection. What the hell? I can't move again. Again, he used to be throws. The game gave him 4 throws in a row. Literally. 4 throws in a row where my move wouldn't come out at all. Nothing that I hit would come out. He has 4 massive throws. Yeah, I can't really play that guy. Every time I play this guy, you see the land, this new retro gold guy. Every time the match is like, delay.
With TD ETFs, you can start building for the future with expert peace.
Ça fait plusieurs jours que je suis complète, bonne chose. Mais non.
Il donnait des galaxies, mais t'en as
Okay, I cannot be the only one who thinks it would be sick to go back into the Ice Age and write down everything we know now. Imagine a caveman stumbling on your notes years later and be like, how did this dude know about Wi-Fi? This is kind of what Bonk Bonk Tribe feels like.
This time,
Vous avez... Sérieusement, t'es dégueulasse.
Non, Zach.
100% Big, c'est toi qui me l'as dit, Big.
Non, Zach.
Là, j'ai pas de preuves, fait que tu vas dire non, tu vas mentir, hein?
Faut pas de question de preuve. C'est une question.
Ah bouille, elle commence à chauffer.
On fait le point 2 minutes pour...
who would you like to play battle?
Yeah, I'm gonna put...
And he fucking lost. He threw it into the crowd. This is it. This is Metro Gold. He's going to play for some fucking reason and Goji crashes the game. So that's it. Again, this is why this collection is a waste of time. Half the matches are too laggy to play, and then when you finally get something going, you can't keep it going because there's fucking people coming in from it. There's no reason to play this collection anymore. It's sad. There just is no viable way to play these classics here on console, right? No viable way to play the classics. And Capcom doesn't care. This collection from 2019, excuse me, the next 9 game. This is 2018, and they never implemented a way to kick some piece of shit like Goji out of the lobby. It's too hard. Figure that out. I do that. Wow. You guys suck. This is why you can't play this game. Do you understand why this game is so bad? 5 inputs. Not one punch release. That's tremendously bad. I tried to parry. I can't block. I can't do anything. I can't look. It's impossible to play. Fuck this game. This is why I quit it. This is why I'm never playing it ever again. That was, I mean, at least we got Street Fighter in, but did any of those matches feel satisfying? Fuck no. Fuck no. That collection is an abomination. An abomination. Why are so many idiots are playing it? I have no fucking clue. You have to be a brain-dead moron to waste your time playing that collection at this point. Again, the Capcom Fighting Collection is leaps and bounds better online, but no one bought it. Because Capcom fucked it up. They sold it for way too much money. They didn't advertise it properly. They didn't make it appealing. They didn't have sales for it. They didn't ever hold tournaments for it. They basically botched it all. So a far superior way to play classic fighting games, you don't place it. Instead, they're literally all playing that laggy piece of dog shit. Like, how dumb could you be want to play that? This is fun. Boop, bad, boop, bad, boop, bad, boop, boop, bad, boop. Unreal. Anyway, guys, I would like to say thank you for at least joining me, and for those who did support the stream, I do appreciate that. I'm sorry I could not give you a better Street Fighter experience. I mean, I really wish I could, but that, as you can see, like that's literally the only way you can experience classic Street Fighter right now. I don't know where the hell my sunglass case is. Where the fuck did it go? What the hell? Oh, it fell between my legs. There's just no way to play classic Street Fighter properly on console. It's pathetic, you know? This is one of the cases where I'm maxed out because I'm not a PC gamer and I can't play Fight Game on PC. So there's no way for me to experience the classics. It just sucks, you know? Anyway, again, thank you to those who did chill. Thank you to those who did support it anyway. I really appreciate it. That's it. I mean, that's literally it for classic Street Fighter. Until there's another way to play it, another collection, another viable means. And that sucks. I love classic Street Fighter. I want to play it. I crave it. Even as bad as that was, at least a little bit satiated my desire to play it. But until they have a viable way, man, that's literally it. And Capcom just doesn't seem to care about, again, making the classics available. They just don't give a crap, which is sad. There's definitely a market there. There's definitely a demand for it, and they just don't bother with it for whatever reason. There's just zero effort put into it. So what I would say is, next time you guys probably see me play fighting game with Street Fighter 6 in first week of June, unless they do another beta, which is incredibly unlikely since people cracked the PC version of the last beta to basically cheat and play the game they're not supposed to. I doubt Capcom released another beta now, which is sad because I feel like they had a plan to do a series of betas leading up to the game, and they probably ditched them because people were such scumbags. It is what it is, and I'm sorry. I really want to play more Street Fighter. I'm not doing it. Capcom Fighting Collection is a waste of time. No one's playing it. Street Fighter 3 Anniversary Collection is a waste of time. It's a laggy piece of dog shit. So I'm not wasting any more time on that until they have another version. Or maybe they will. The rumor is Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo supposedly is supposed to be in Street Fighter 6, but you can only play the arcade when you're waiting for matches. The question is, when they say that, does that mean you can play it online? I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna have match. It's just gonna be you just play it there and you kill time against the computer so you find match. But some people seem to be under the impression you will be online. I don't think so though. But it is what it is. Alright guys, thank you for watching. A nice send off stream, I guess, for old school Street Fighter until there's another viable way to play it. I hope Capcom gets their heads out of their asses and makes other collections worth playing. We'll actually buy, because this is max. Like, I can't believe we cannot enjoy classic Street Fighter right now. It's just the way to do it. It's stupid. Alright everyone, thanks very much till whenever.
At this point, DSP's subconsciousness started to realize that he's a joke. No one respects him, and that his life is falling apart. He would detail about the dreams he had and scared about leaving YouTube and going back to a real job.
Casanova. You've been on YouTube for over a decade. Ever had dreams or nightmares about YouTube or anything familiar? Thank you. Oh, I'm sure I have. I mean, I couldn't put my finger exactly on it. The thing is, when you have something as a part of your life for a long time that causes you anxiety, you will have dreams about it. To this day, I still have anxious dreams about going to high school or college. I'll have a dream where I'm still there and I'm gonna flunk out, and I have anxiety about it. I still have dreams about the old office job at the helicopter company that I used to work for. I have this weird recurring dream where even though they laid me off in 2010, eventually they hired me back. And somehow I still work there, but everyone hates me because they think I'm the odd guy out who got laid off, but for some reason got rehired, while a lot of their other coworkers didn't get rehired, so they think I'm like the you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the odd man out. What makes me so special? And I have nightmares when I walk through the office, everyone's looking at me, Jerry loves, no one wants to talk to me. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's a really weird, it's a recurring dream that I've had over the years from time to time, and it never goes on. I keep having it. So yeah, I still get nightmares. You know what was funny? When I first, this is absolutely God's honest truth. Okay, when my wife and I first started dating, okay, there was this time when we were, she was staying over for an extended period of time. We were having some fun here in Seattle, and I had a nightmare. Get this, the house somehow had cameras and shit in it, and my phone was live broadcasting without my permission, and somehow video footage of our time together was being broadcast all over the internet live, and the detractors were using it to basically make it nasty thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm serious. I had an anxiety dream where this was happening. I woke up and I told her, she says, "Oh God, check your phone." I was like, "No," I said, "No, check it." I was like, "Okay, no, it's not broadcasting." But I mean, yeah, that's the crazy thing. I've been doing this for 15 years, and you start to have anxiety about things getting on the internet that should, private information and shit that obviously could hurt you if you've been out there. And the fun part is that shit, if you take a look at my camera, I told you, people have access to fucking my private information. I've had identity theft. I've had this shit happen to me. So I guess the worries were not unfounded, right? They definitely were actually warranted. But the good news is every once in a while you have a crazy ass, a dream that's wild like that. But it certainly has not been unstable or anything for me. It's just every once in a while you have a silly dream. It's just funny. I swear, the two most recurring dreams I ever have are I'm back in school and I'm gonna flunk, and I'm back at the office job and everyone hates me for some reason. Yeah, those are the two big things. Not only was he falling apart mentally, his relationship with his wife was getting worse. He would publicly admit but not realize that him and his wife were living two different lives. He used to be streaming 6 days a week. His wife would go to a part-time job, which Phil said they only had 1 day a week to spend together. He then went on to make a video about how he started doing all the errands by himself while she stayed home and played video games. He then talked about canceling Valentine's Day. Mango, Jewel Fox, says, why don't the wife and I go out this week on our day off? Like tomorrow, she's working. She's been working several straight days, and when she works several straight days, she wants to be off her feet on her day off, right? I've said this to her. I said, if we can get your schedule to be consistent, like if we know, for example, she's going to work Monday, Tuesday every week, then we'll have our day off won't be Wednesday. Our day off should be Thursday, so that way she can kind of recuperate on Wednesday, and then we get a nice day out on Thursday where she's not tired of being on her feet all day for 2 straight days. You see, the problem is right now, her job is random. Every week they change her schedule. So since she never knows exactly when she's going to work, we can never plan our day appropriately, and then things get screwed up. So that's the problem. So even though I would love to have a day out with her tomorrow, she deserves to stay home and relax, and I'll do all the busy work with she. That's fine. I'll do that. I do that almost in a lot of weeks. I do that because I care about her. I don't want her to have to go out and do a bunch of errands and shit. She's tired from working all week. You know, where does she work? Retail, and that's the problem. The world of retail, things are not very professional. I hate to say it. Even to this day, they're just not. Oh, we will hire you on the premise that you'll get this many hours. You can work this schedule, and then within a month of working there, oh, well, all the management has shifted. Everything's different now. Wait, what? But yesterday was the day when we wanted to celebrate Valentine's Day, even though it wasn't Valentine's Day. You know, Valentine's Day was Tuesday, but our day off together this week was Wednesday. So we had actually made a dinner reservation at a restaurant. Okay, now we made a reservation about 2 weeks ago, and my wife had made the decision that she wanted to go to kind of go on the earlier side. So I think our reservation was for like 4:30 in the afternoon. Now you may say, oh wait a minute, 4:30 in the afternoon, that's way too early for dinner. But you have to understand, our usual schedule is that we eat dinner around 4:30 in the afternoon. You know, get up in the morning, eat breakfast, get ready for the stream, do my entire first stream, which ends around 4 o'clock, and then she makes dinner between 4:35 p.m. and that's when we eat our dinner usually every day. So this timing kind of made sense for a normal day for us. So we actually had a reservation at a local Italian restaurant. Not to say that there aren't that many great Italian restaurants around here. There actually are not. I've actually criticized the food out here in Washington State ever since I moved here 9 years ago that there just isn't a lot of Italian, and the Italian that's out here isn't too authentic. But we're actually really looking forward to this. This is a restaurant we've been to quite a few times. Well, I would say quite a few times, maybe 3 times, 4 times since she moved here in 2018. The problem was COVID kind of screwed everything up. All right, so basically, make a long story short, when COVID happened and everything closed down, we basically got out of the regular rhythm of going out to restaurants and the like. And like I said, a lot of the times now we end up just ordering in. And so this is actually a special thing. You know, this Italian restaurant's good atmosphere. We think it would be kind of romantic to go there and have a nice, basically like a day out, okay? So we made this reservation, but then we have all these other things to do during the day as well, because as you know, as I've told you guys many times, our day off isn't just, oh, feeling like I just go out and have fun all day. No, it's our day to do all the errands and things that you need to do on a day when, you know, you're not working. And so we had to go grocery shopping and then come home and unload all those groceries and put them away. We had to go get some pet supplies for Jasper during the day. We had to go to Costco. I've been to Costco in a little over a month, and we were running low on a lot of the different commodities and supplies in the house. Plus, you know, when we go to Costco, we get some good stuff. You know, various breakfast things, like we got muffins this time, and, you know, usually we have some snacks and things. You pick out some good frozen ramen bowls that you can make. You put some water in them, and you put them into your microwave, and they end up like really good, tasty ramen. It's not instant ramen, so it's not salty at all. It's actually very tasty and savory, sweet. So anyway, you know, we knew we had to do that, and so we're getting, you know, we're in the morning, we're eating breakfast first, and then we're getting ready. You know, I'm actually ready to go out, whatever. And I'm running around the house doing various things, including cleaning, basically getting ready to go out. So we finally get out by like the early afternoon, okay, and we go grocery shopping, and we get the groceries home, and we're unpacking, and we're heading out again. And as we're heading out again, we're already looking at the clock, and the clock already is like between 2 and 2:30, and we're like, you know, our dinner's at 4:30. We're supposed to just think about this. We gotta go to Costco. We gotta go to the pet store. There's a few other things that we wanted to do during the course of the day. Like, for example, we wanted to go get some candy. There's actually a really nice candy store near us, and we haven't gotten candy from the store in several years. And we're like, obviously, nice for Valentine's Day. Let's pick out candy, your own box of candy that we can have together. It's kind of romantic. We got all the stuff we want to do, and we only have like an hour and a half to do it because to get to the restaurant, it takes about half an hour to drive from where we are to this restaurant. And so we're basically on the way to do all this stuff. And my wife says, you know, how this is gonna happen? How are we gonna do all this in this limited amount of time? And I'm like, yes, you're right. But then what are we gonna cut out? Well, pet store, Jasper needs supplies, right? Candy store, we can't cut out the candy store, but that was a specific thing we wanted to do this week for Valentine's Day. It makes sense to do it. Costco, we got out Costco, now we're gonna run out of all the stuff in the house that we need. It's just gonna cause problems. Oh my god. So basically, we kind of talked in the car, we decided, you know what? We got goofed, we shouldn't have made our reservations for the restaurant so early. If we were gonna do, you know, a day out reservation like we did, we should have definitely done it for later. And, you know, worst case scenario, let's say for example we did our reservations for 6 or 6:30, and we're like starving because it took so long to get to that time frame. We could have got a snack, right? We could have already out. We could have went somewhere and got a snack or a drink or whatever and held us over for a later dinner, which normally we don't do. But it would have been alright, and we kind of realized, yeah, we kind of goofed. We definitely should have made this reservation for later. But at this point, it's too late. So basically, we made the decision together to not go to the dinner. Okay? Instead, we decided to have more of a relaxed day out. And basically just do fun stuff and not have to worry about time elapsing. So we actually did. And actually, I'll be honest with you, I think it worked out better. So we did all the things we wanted to do. At the pet store, we had some cute cats up for adoption. We played with the cats. We got some things for Jasper. And, you know, my wife wanted to go to one of those makeup stores, so she went in there for a little bit and shopped around. You know, basically outside of that, you know, we did a few other odds and ends. And then so basically, it was much later than we thought. Originally, we were here at 4:30. It was probably like 5:36, and we're on our way home. And we decided to go to our favorite sushi restaurant, which is actually incidentally on our way home. And we ordered a big thing of chicken teriyaki, which actually comes with soup and salad in this place, and rice, and 2 orders of sushi. So we ended up getting one sushi that is more savory sweet, and another one that's very spicy. So they were completely different, but they were both quite good. It It was good. It was fun. It was a good dinner. And it was really different from what we were expecting. Everything already Italian dinner.
Would you like to play a battle?
Yeah, I'm gonna play a battle.
Oh.
Poubelle, man. Toi, tabarnak.
Mais non, tu veux pas bâton? T'avais l'air du seul.
Je veux pas bâton avec toi, je t'ai écœuré que tu profites de moi pour faire du cash.
Je m'en cause. Je l'ai
Toi, maintenant, mon comique, tu veux-tu manger une tape sa gueule, le gros? Hein, quoi, tu allais ta gueule sur tout le monde sur TikTok. Après jour qui raconte des sornettes à mes enfants. Toi, maintenant, mon comique, tu veux-tu manger une tape sa gueule?
So we got the sushi dinner. It was like, wow.
Last year, DSP started talking about how his condo was starting to get damaged, he had ants, and then in February, Phil talked about how he was feeding the woodland creatures and noticed that the ants were back in the house. One thing he said, though, was that the ant poison leaked and was all over the floor, and didn't bother to clean it up. The poison was sitting on his kitchen floor for over a year, while his cat son Jasper was in the house.
I go downstairs, and I'll use the bathroom or whatever. My wife goes downstairs, she can tell our usual bull peanuts or whatever. And I go to the kitchen, I start making my coffee, and I walk to the back, and I say, oh, what's that? I look down, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not kidding you. Ready for this? Ants! Fucking ants! It's February. There's ants coming to the house. I was very upset. I was like, what the fuck? I mean, we got rid of these last year. We had them for weeks and weeks. It was like a month and a half. These fucking ants wouldn't stop coming in our house. And so the last thing I wanted was the ants to return and think that this house is a place where they can get food. Now, there's already kind of some good news. So last year, I bought these ant traps. Now, the way ant traps work is they have ant bait poison in them. And it's basically like a clear gel. And I think the clear gel apparently has like sugar or something in it that's attracted to the ant, but it's also got bug poison in it. So we had these in the house, and one of them, the one incidentally at the back door, had leaked onto the floor. Now we tried to clean it, but it's very sticky, gooey shit, and I didn't get solvent or whatever. So we just kind of left it there, like a little bit on the floor, whatever. It's not a big deal. It's just sitting right there on the edge of the back door. So hey, if anything ever tries to come in, they're gonna go right for that. That's the poison. The good news is, no, thankfully Jasper doesn't want it. He's not going for it or anything. Cats, by the way, don't like sweet. You know that. Cats do not like sweet. They can't taste the flavor of sweet. They can only taste salty or savory. So to him, that's nothing. He's like, he doesn't know what that is. He doesn't even go. He's touching it or not. Doesn't like it. So he just left it there. And I'm looking down. I got ants that had come into the house, and they all went for this sticky pile of leftover bait, poison, whatever you want to call it. And they're basically eating it. I was like, ooh, well, this is actually fortuitous, because if that had not been there, those ants might have snuck in what he did last year. They would go immediately from the back door to the what do they call that? The woodwork at the bottom of your wall. I forget what it's called. Not the paneling on it. What is it called? The piece of wood you put at the bottom of your wall. I can't remember. It has a name for it, okay? Is it a baseboard, a footboard, whatever you want to call it? So they would go under there, and you can't see them, because they're under the baseboard. You can't see them at all. And they would go all the way around the dining room. And then at one point, randomly, they would just jump out, and now you have ants all over the house, okay? They would use that baseboard as a way to protect themselves so you couldn't see them go to the house, and they would just attack, basically go all over for food. And if that poison had not been there at the back door, likely they would have went all through the house.
No,
But
apologies.
thank God, the poison was there. So they're all eating it. I was like, ha, we got them. So I ended up switching a bunch of them. Maybe some of them got it and left and went back to the colony. I don't know if they did. That's the whole point. You're trying to kill off the colony. And we kept looking at it all day. I said probably for another 2 hours. Every once in a while, we saw a couple of ants and got rid of them. But then it stopped. So the good news is, after a couple hours of keeping our eye on it, it looked like it was only a very few little bit of ants that come in, and we put it into it right away. So I already had ant spray for last year, and I sprayed the whole back step of our, the piece up to our back door. And then when I was out, I bought ant traps, and I put one just outside the door, and I put one just inside the door. So now these guys come, and they're hungry, which is the reason they're coming. They're gonna go right for those traps to get the food, and we should put the kibosh on this shit right away this year. No more month and a half of being infested with goddamn ants like we were last year. That was a nightmare. Constantly more ants coming into the house, and it was like every time we thought we got rid of more ants. What the fuck is this? Fucking ants. I mean, the only way that we 100% got rid of it last year is I was constantly, like, for a week to 2 weeks, I was spraying the ant spray on the back step, and then the landscapers came by, for like between spring and summer, like that time, and they did a thorough landscaping of our yards, and when they did, I think they might have disturbed wherever the anthill was that they were coming from, and that was the end of it. We never saw them again for the entire year up until now. So, gotta hope for the best. And I got traps already out. I think we're okay, because now we got it early. We caught it as soon as it happened. We caught it. We already had the thing in place. So hopefully this will not become an issue. Damn ants. Tired of this shit. Last year was a nightmare. We don't want that back. I hate when fucking bugs like that in the house, bro.
In January and February, DSP was worried about his image and wanted to be taken seriously. In January, he added the ring light, the color changing background, and a new camera. In February, he decided to change up his artwork behind him every month, and thought that would make him look more professional. He was trying to be like other streamers. This would also be the month he ramped up his attacks on other creators, and talks about how he's better than them, even though 2 months in 2023, and he's doing everything to be just like them, trying to repair his image.
FYI, just need to clarify, the wrestling guy asking questions wasn't going to be on your interview. He was doing another show, a podcast, and I'd be the first to attend. It doesn't matter. Do you understand? It doesn't matter. Do you understand what he's saying? Wow, I was going to do a big setup for Phil where I was going to surprise him with this messed up stuff to make fun of him. Who cares? You're an idiot. You're just showing that you're a disingenuous person. Oh, Phil's interested in being covered in a serious way in an interview because he needs to clear the air about him. Oh, I want to set up a podcast where a bunch of pro wrestlers ask Phil insulting questions. Oh, that's really what we should be thinking about right now, right? How about no? How about you're a jackass? And I'm not going to interview with you because you're a jackass. Just let you prove how many years ago my first interaction with you. I was streaming on Twitch, right? And I'm playing a video game, and you raided my stream to talk about buying a car. It had nothing to do with what I was doing on stream or anything. But what? Like, there's some people out there who they like. How do you not understand your content is jackass content? Like, right? Like, this is what they put out on the internet. It's just amazing. The funniest part about it was, when he said, and again, I think that this was misconstrued because someone was talking to him and saying that Phil didn't want to come on your interview with you because he doesn't like your interview style. And he said, well, I'm going to give you exposure. If I'm going to give you a venue or exposure, an opportunity to get views on the internet because you're on my show, and you have to settle into my style, you have to accept how I do things. I actually completely 100% agree with that statement, which is why I actually decided I didn't want to interview him. I just didn't like his interview style, and I was going to ask him to change his style for me. I thought that would be so incredibly over the top, full of myself. This, wow, I'm so over important. I want an interviewer to change the way they interview just for me. That sounds pretty greedy and egotistical, doesn't it? At the same time, the very funny part was when he says, well, I'm going to give you an opportunity to like have a big Destiny doesn't have a giant audience. He does it. He thinks he's big shit. He's now some big guy. All right? He has this audience, this isolated audience that very much likes him. But he's not some ginormous guy. He thinks he is, I guess. Like, he's no giant podcaster. He doesn't have millions upon millions of views. But I guess he has a very full audience that makes him think that he's bigger than he is. You know, and more power to him. He's much bigger than me. Let him enjoy his audience or whatever. But the way that he answered that question was like, oh, if I'm going to give Phil an opportunity, he should be so grateful for this giant audience. Like, literally no one in Destiny's audience is anyone who I care about or would want to appeal to watch my content. The shit he puts out there, one day, just give him, and again, you can like his content, that's fine. It's just not for me. One day, on a whim, I clicked on a Destiny stream. Right? He was live streaming. I just want to see what it is. I clicked on it, okay? And it's him with a bunch of people doing virtual date interviewing or something. It was the most shitty piece of garbage I've ever seen on the internet. And that's fine. I'm sure that's one piece of content he puts out. But I watched it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And I was like, I would never go back to this channel. This is worse than the lowest of the low bottom of the barrel reality TV schlock. And that's what the kind of content he puts out. And I was like, no wonder when he wanted to come on my stream to talk about it's a buyer's market for cars, or whatever, but he thought that this was like the biggest thing, everyone would be interested, maybe for his audience, right? You know what I'm saying? But for me and my audience, why on earth would I ever want to be on his content? That's the intellectual level of the shit that he puts out. That's the people who watch his shit, that's what they're watching. Like, wow, no, people who watch my content are not going to want to care about that. I would recruit 0 viewers being interviewed by that man. You understand? And again, there's a market for that. That's fine. Anyone who watches it, enjoy. It's not for me. It's not for my audience. Why would I want to interview someone whose interview style doesn't match the style that I would like? And I don't gain anything being interviewed by that guy. Right? Right? Oh, by the way, now this is just a joke. LTG got interviewed by Destiny, and he's permanently banned from YouTube, so we see where that kind of stuff goes, don't we? That was a joke. I don't think that was the director's though. That's bullshit. I had to say it, because I've been thinking about that as a joke in the back of my head for a while. Super chat. Why is Rich so obsessed with you? Why is Rich so obsessed with me? Why would Rich be so obsessed with me? Well, I could speculate. There's many reasons why Rich would be obsessed with me. But they're all speculation. You don't know what's in the guy's head. You could say, perhaps, he's just fascinated. He just finds me about the stuff that happens. And honestly, do you think he's more fascinated with me, or do you think he's more fascinated with the attractive shit around me? That would actually be the real question. Because if you just watch my content, it's pretty tame. Like, what's going on here today that's so interesting on this podcast? Exactly. Right? Nothing. I'm boring. I'm a boring person. I've got boring content no one cares about. Right? Right? Can we all agree? What's going on this stream that's so interesting? But if you watch the detractor content, all of a sudden, it's like, this stream is the world ending. Like basically what I was doing, I was sacrificing goats' blood rituals on the stream. And demons from Al-Shabaab were coming out of the floor of my office. And I was literally roasting babies, like babies in my office. And I was like, eating them live on stream. That's what they would say. Of course, they don't exactly say that. But they say things that are equivalent to that. Because this is what they do. So it's interesting dichotomy between the reality of what happens on DSP Gaming, and I guess now on DSP Reacts, versus what these people, would say about me. So maybe there's just that is fascinating. I don't know. All I can do is speculate. What could all the possibilities be? Jealousy? Well, what would he be jealous of? He certainly has way more popularity than me and makes more money than me. It's true, but he also spends time taking his shirt off, sucking cucumbers, kissing cocks, and having to do, ad placements and shit. When all I do is I sit here and have fun all day. Like, I literally sit here in my office having fun all day with you guys. I get paid to do it. Doesn't seem like that's what he does it? I'm pretty sure, doing that stuff isn't the most entertaining thing to him. But he's got to do it to make a living. Maybe that's what it is. Some people have said that he's just obsessed with me for other various reasons, Some people say don't because he lost his hair. Who cares about that? That would be really weird. Well, I'm jealous of Phil because he still has some hair. No, I don't think that's stupid. That's it. That whole physical thing is always a cop out. At least for me too, like dudes. I don't think dudes do shit. I really don't think dudes care about other dudes and how they look. I don't care because look how cute this guy is. I don't care what you say or who cares about men's looks, right? I never did. I don't care about my own looks. I don't think men care about other men's looks. At least from my perspective, I think that's nonsense. That's just I don't know. In reality, what it seems to be is that every time that he brings me up, he makes money, right? For some reason, his audience is fixated on it. So if he brings me up and his audience gets a rise, he makes money on it, then keep doing it, right? It's one of his formulas for success. If it's a slow day and Rich has nothing going on, he needs to bring up Darkside Phil in a negative way, and then he gets a big boost in attention and income. It's cause and effect. But it's also, what is the end result is that somehow it negatively affects me and he doesn't care. So he's the one who he benefits by riding the coattails of others and hurting others and doesn't care, right? So that's the kind of content creator you want to like and support, and go right ahead and watch it. But for me, I'm not going to be doing that shit, Again, this is just speculation. There's no way I could answer, because I know it could be in the mind of Rich. Unless he answers that question outright truthfully, you'll never really know the answer. Well, now I'll give you my answer, all right? Because Rich is an asshole. He's kind of being fair. Let's be honest about Ninja, right? Obviously the guy is good at games, and obviously he must have some appeal, but he appeals to children because he was playing Fortnite. Like, literally, that's it. The reason he got popular is because he was playing Fortnite for children. That's it. He had the stupid dyed hair and it healed the kids. I'm sorry, that's why Ninja is popular. Yes, he was apparently a pro level gamer before that, and apparently he's moved on and does other stuff outside Fortnite now. But he's popular because he played a video game in front of children. He caught on. His overacting, his dyed hair, he looks like a cartoon character. That's what caught on. It's kind of like the PewDiePie effect. When PewDiePie at a time was the guy who screamed at the camera playing horror games for something more Markiplier. They appealed to a certain audience, got hyper popular, and now all of a sudden, oh, they're the biggest gamer or whatever. It's like, well, why? Did you ever watch the content? Watch it for more than 5 seconds. I challenge you. You can't, probably can't. You know what I mean? Any adult anyway. It's literally children's content. And it's just funny that you're right. He became ultra popular. He's on every show and everything. It's like, but why? Like, who actually likes this? Children, small children. Well, what really gets me about these companies, right? That pay guys like Ninja. Okay, who do you think you're making money from when you pay this guy to do something? Children, just children. That's it. That's his fan base. So why are you throwing money at him for this and that and everything? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just drives me nuts because it's not that the guy. I mean, let him be popular. That's fine. Let him make money. That's fine. But why did he become the face of gaming for like 4 years? Why was he on the front page of magazine? Why was he on the Tonight Show? No one cares about him, but children. Like, let's be. This is an adult take on it. Sorry. What adults know of him? The adults who their kids watch it. You know. Now he's moved on and now apparently, from understand, he kind of disassociates himself from those Fortnite years. Like he kind of, I want to do this and that. Good for him because now he's rich. Doesn't matter. But he made his fortune. He got popular. That's what kids. So I'm gonna do a masterclass. Who are you teaching? The 7-year-olds that watch you? I don't think they're gonna be popular Fortnite streamers like you were. You know what I mean? It's just fascinating to me because I've never, like I told you guys, I don't watch these people. I've never seen Ninja's like old shit. I've only seen him playing Fortnite. I've never seen his old stuff like that. It's like, oh, so let's see, Ninja, funny voice, wearing a stuffed animal on his head, right? Trying to basically portray himself as a cartoon character. Gee, I wonder who the customer base was that he was trying to appeal to, right? Now obviously, you can look at me and say, well, Phil, aren't you wearing Pikachu on your head right now? Well, indeed I am. But my viewer base, just so you guys know, is people in their late 20s, 30s, and 40s. Because people like to laugh at me looking stupid. That's the difference between actually trying to appeal to children. I'm not trying to appeal to children on my stream. There's 0 kids watching this right now. You understand that? 0. So, there's a big difference. Like, literally, I hate to say it, there was this whole generation where I would call them almost predatory streamers. They were creating this persona around themselves that they were the replacement for cartoons, for the Muppets, for whatever children's entertainment you were watching. As a kid, they watched me and said, oh, by the way, throw a ton of money at me. You know what's funny is, so there's this clip, many years, it was pre-COVID. Ninja showed up at the Game Awards, okay? And that same year, the Muppets showed up at the Game Awards. And there was a whole scene where he's like talking to, I think it was like Beaker, right? And literally they look the same. And I was like, what the? Like, they're standing right next to each other. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, so it's obvious again what this guy appeals to. Like, that's what he's trying to do. I wear funny hats, I dyed my hair. You know, I spent a lot of money on the lighting. So yeah, I think we can go to the next, right? I think we get the point. And by the way, I'm actually entertained by this video. This is something I would like to watch for myself and watch the rest of because it's fascinating. That someone like Ninja is not self-aware that the reason that he's popular is not because he's good at what he does, but because basically he was in the right place at the right time and he acted like a toy, a Muppet, a cartoon for children, and that's his viewer base. And he thinks that people want to spend $180 to learn about basic stuff that how he was lucky. Also, the boxing match between Wings and Boogie, I don't know anything about it. I think you guys have alluded to months ago. I think you said that maybe they were going to box for money, and you said, "What did I think about it?" And I remember correctly. My answer was, "I think it's stupid. It's desperate. It's sad because the only reason anyone's going to watch that is they know it's not a serious boxing match. They're going to think it's two jokes who are not physically fit, trying to fight and embarrassing themselves. They're probably going to put themselves at a lot of physical risk because they're overweight, unhealthy. It's a desperate cry for money, is what it is, because they're probably going to get a payout for it. It's sad and pathetic, but that's the levels that they're stooping to. I mean, let's be honest here. That whole stupid show with Keemstar last year, right? Where they want to go to a long cast with you and Boogie and Wings. No. We want to do a show for ourselves, right? And we want to have a podcast where we talk once a week and we just shoot the shit about what's going on in the world, what's going on in our content. That's fine. Now, it's the lolcow cast where 3 lolcows get together and everyone makes fun of them. No, you don't degrade yourself like that. But those two, what they're trying to do, they're trying to play into the hatred against themselves on the internet. And they're trying to capitalize on it in their minds. Oh, if everyone else is going to crap on us anyway, we might as well make a bank doing it. Okay? No. Sorry, I have something positive and productive to offer the world. I have content to put out. Whether it's this podcast, whether it's gameplay, whether it's React, whatever it is, or whatever it could be, all right? That's what I have to offer. And if you like the content, great. And if you don't, move on or make fun of it. But I'm not going to degrade myself and turn myself into some kind of a living clown joke just to make a few bucks. I will earn my keep making productive content that people enjoy and support. I will not be boxing people in some ridiculously stupid situation. You know, it's ridiculous. Those guys are not healthy. How are they going to fucking box? Is there going to be medical professionals checking these guys out before the fight to make sure they can even do it without passing out and having a heart attack? Right? Like, this is ridiculous. It shouldn't be fucking happening. It's absolutely irresponsible in my opinion. That's my opinion. And maybe they'll be pissed at me for saying it. I don't care. They should both listen up. There's a reality here. People are not going to like you because you have bought into their negative memes about you. They're just going to continue the joke. And maybe make a few bucks off of it, but desperation is not the way. It's just not. It's going to hurt you way more than it's ever going to help you, man. It's stupid. Letting people do that to you is just fucked up. You know? I don't know, man. Whatever. I'm not doing that shit.
Speaking of being like other streamers, DSP in 2022 decided to do React content. After years of bad-mouthing people doing React content and saying they did it for an easy paycheck.
React videos. I don't do reactions. I build some of the most mind-numbingly easy, dribbling, meaningless content you can put out on the internet. It's literally easy mode. If you want to see someone who wants to put in absolutely no effort but make money today, it's time to do a React video. Like, literally, that's my opinion. You can disagree. You can find value in it, and that's okay. That's your take. As a content creator myself, I know there's 0 effort in any of that. There's no thought put into it. It's literally, I'm just going to sit here, press play, and make money, and do nothing for it. I didn't put any effort, any work, any thought. It was just me reacting to something I'm watching. Wow, I did a paycheck today for absolutely nothing because people are stupid. You know, I don't even want to disrespect you guys with that kind of content. I feel like making that kind of content is literally disrespectful to my audience. Because you guys deserve better than that meaningless, drivel content. You do. When people say, Phil, why don't you watch E3 live and sit there and react to it with your face like everyone else does, right? Because we want that because that's what everyone else does. And every year I tell you guys, no, I'm not going to do that. Because here's why. I don't feel there's any meaning and purpose to that content at all. I feel like the best way to go about covering a show like E3 is to watch it, take notes, absorb what happened in the show, formulate an opinion, and then talk about it after. Not, what? Oh! It's the dumbest, lowest common denominator of content creation. To me, someone who constantly puts out that content on the internet is showing you they don't care about you. All they care about is this. They want your view and your money. They don't want to make meaningful content for you. And they know that that's literally a money printing press to put up that kind of shovelware shit. That's what it is. It's shovelware content for the internet. That's why I don't support it at all. At all. And I don't make that kind of content because I hate it. If you don't want to see the entirety of the internet become mindless reaction videos, morons breaking the law, doing pranks, and doing harmful content that literally ruins people's lives, don't support that content. If you support it, that will be the common denominator. That will be the norm. That will be what everyone does to make a buck, and nothing else of meaning will ever get prominence on the internet. You have to be careful what you support. Zoya did a super chat and said, instead of complaining about what others are doing, why don't you react to giving related things for your own take and spin? I literally just said, I feel that react content is some of the worst on the internet. It's ruining content creation because it's an easy paycheck for someone who disrespects you, and you just asked me to make some of that content.
In 2023, DSP started talking about a big project in the works, the likes he had never done before. Immediately, people realized that he was going to rebrand his King of Hate vlogs, which he just retired, and rebrand it as DSP Reacts. DSP, thinking he was smart, changed his handle on the King of Hate vlogs to DSP Reacts. Then when he announced it, claimed no one guessed correctly what the announcement was and how no one saw it coming. DSP saw his members shrinking on his DSP gaming channel and thought that he could double dip for members and tips, which didn't work out for him.
Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long time coming, a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of hype, a lot of anticipation. Today's the day. Today's Sunday, February 12th, 2023. I'm DSP. Welcome, everyone, to DSP Reacts. That is correct. This is my brand new, or is it, YouTube channel. This actually used to be my old vlogging channel from many, many years ago. This channel has actually been in existence for a very long time. However, it has been defunct for over a year. And since it's been defunct for over a year, I said we should do something with it. And let's be honest, the year of 2022 was a very interesting year. I branched out from just being an online gamer, and I decided to do many different various things outside of just playing video games on the internet. You guys really enjoyed the things that I did that were very different. You understand? Like, in general, gaming's great. I've been doing gaming on the internet for 15 years. But things advance, things move on. And in this case, we're in a situation where basically things got more exciting when I branched out and did different things. So based on your feedback, you guys kept telling me, guys, we want you to do different stuff. All right, we want you to do all these different various things. Okay, I will branch out. I will do the different things that you guys want. All right, so that's what we're doing. We're doing completely different things. And so that's what DSP Reacts is all about here. Okay, so thank you for coming for the premiere. So DSP Asks It, an interview series. That is something that will happen. You know, relatively within the next couple of months. Like I said, I already have an idea for a couple guests who'd be interested in coming on the show. And one of them's already agreed, and the other one we're kind of just talking details about it. And once I have more information on that, I will let you know. But basically, that is the first idea I have. Okay, the second idea I have is basically very similar to what I was doing on DSP Gaming. What I would like to do, okay, is once a month, what I would really enjoy doing is a big formal React project here on DSP React. So think some of the bigger projects that I did over on DSP Gaming, reacting to the Wings of Redemption documentary, reacting to my own Down the Rabbit Hole documentary, you know. So that's the kind of thing. The thing is, those projects take a while. Those aren't things that are like, oh, I'll just do it and be done within a couple of hours. In fact, it's kind of the opposite. Where those are things that can take a whole day. I really enjoy doing those. And have a great time with it. And so that's something that I want to do basically once a month. Those will likely just be called DSP Reacts to whatever the name of the video or documentary or whatever it is that I'm reacting to. Okay? So there you go. So there's going to be number one, reacting or doing an interview series called DSP Asks It. And number two, there's going to be a formal DSP React series where once a month I'll be reacting to something, you know, kind of long form on the internet. And you might say, oh, how are you going to determine what you're going to react to? Well, again, this is where I'm telling you guys that your input is key. It's going to be you guys suggesting things for me to react to. What videos would you like to see me react to that are long-form documentaries and videos like that? I'm thinking at least 30 minutes to an hour long. I probably wouldn't even want to do anything shorter than that. It would be me reacting to something that's a full documentary, watching the whole thing, commenting on it, etc. And it could be much longer as well. But after I have time to, you know, vet and know that it's a legit documentary or whatever before I decide to react to it. All right? So there you go. That's you guys again having an input. And in fact, in a minute I'm going to reveal to you. Well, not a minute. In a little bit of time, I'm going to reveal to you some of the specifics of how a lot of this stuff is going to work. Okay? So please just bear with me. Fair enough. Now, the third idea I have, I think is actually the idea that might actually do the best. All right, ready for this one? I have not even told anyone this. I haven't told my moderators this idea. No one. This is the first time you guys are ever hearing it. My third idea for the channel is called DSP versus the internet. What is this? Well, here's what it's going to be. Once a week, I have a dedicated stream where I am going to be reacting to various things on YouTube as submitted by the viewers. Think of it as a pure filters reacts to clips kind of show. Here's the difference between this and a formal react. A formal react is a dedicated project where I'm watching the entirety of the documentary and I'm watching and commentating completely on it. Okay? This show, DSP versus the internet, is a show where it's just going to be like, send me a clip. You want to watch me watch clips, see my reaction to it, if I laugh, if I, you know, what do I have to say about it? And it could be anything. It could be a news story. It could be a clip from another content creator. It could be, you know, a piece of a TikTok video or music. As long as it's on YouTube. All right? It's fair game.
Oh my god,
right?
it's Orb Speed.
What this will be is a good way for me to
It is Orb Speed.
On things that are going on, whether it's news or pop culture or whatever it may be. I feel like this is going to be an opportunity for me to branch out. All right? I don't do stuff like this at all. Right?
Orb Speed is so good.
You'll ask me, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Right? So this would be an opportunity for you to
Orb speed is so good. Wow, this is
and let
huge.
you react to it and give your opinion or whatever, right? That's what this is going to be, all right? It's going to be full versus the internet once a week. We sit down here on DSP Reacts and we have a show dedicated just for me reacting to various clips and things. Now, here's how it's going to work. Because this is where
This is so huge. Wow.
And here's how we're going to keep things under control, all right? All the content that I'm suggesting is going to be user submitted, all right?
Wait, I'm gonna
But
leave
user
this-
submitted
I'm-
by channel members.
I'm gonna stop the videos here.
DSP Reacts, you are getting a tremendous amount of control and info on the channel. Members,
Sleep a little bit. I love you guys. Take it
members
easy.
are going to be voting on the long form
Peace.
reacts that I do, and of course, members will have the input on DSP Asks It. Maybe we'll be able to submit questions for a guest, you know, or vote on guests, that kind of stuff. Okay. Why, members? Because that's content that can be controlled. If I right now say, oh, everyone start posting up, I'll have 5,000 random videos that'll be absolutely ridiculous, probably dumb shit, right?